Blessings of the dark moon and Friday the 13th. I am Selena Fox and I am coming to you live from my home studio office. I'm in a forest in southwestern Wisconsin, USA. And thanks to all of you who are joining me with this pop-up live stream on my Selena Fox Updates, which is my main Facebook page. And I see some of you are letting me know where you're watching from. Thank you. I am so glad to be with you. And dark moon, for many of you, know it's the very end of the lunar cycle. The moon starts a new one just past midnight Eastern time on Sunday morning. So we're going into the last part of the lunar cycle. And at this lunar cycle end, this is a time for cleansing away, dispelling, banishing, letting go, to make room for new ways, healthier ways of being. You saw me wearing a mask. I'm indoors. Why am I wearing a mask indoors in my own studio? To let you know that it is really important, regardless of whether there is a national, state, province, local mask order or mandate in place, you need to mask up. COVID is rapidly increasing. And in the USA, we have just crossed more than 150 new cases of COVID in a single day. Masks are not about personal choice. Masks are about responsibility, compassion, healing. It is protecting others, it's protecting yourself, and it is a non-verbal sign that you care and that you are activists and you are doing something to stop the spread of COVID-19. I'm in Wisconsin, which is in the north central part of the United States of America, and COVID is spreading here in worse ways than it has throughout the whole pandemic. Hospitals are filling up and are full. And this is not just the case with Wisconsin, but other parts of the USA. Hospitals are totally full, and we need to get cooperating together. This is not a political statement. This is a public health necessity. So I know I'm being pretty intense right now, but unless we all get woke, wake up, take action, and work together, humankind is going to be stuck with this for a really long time. So it's dark moon. And what is the time of dark moon? Many of us who are part of nature spirituality traditions acknowledge the moon as having three aspects of the divine feminine. The waxing moon, the maiden. The full moon, the mother. The waning and dark moon, the crone. Powers of the dark moon, powers of the old moon, powers of the crone moon, come to us. Powers of the dark moon, powers of the old moon, powers of the crone moon, be with us. Powers of the dark moon, powers of the old moon, powers of the crone moon, be in us. So Friday the 13th has a lot of lore, superstition, tales about it. Actually, how it became associated with something so-called unlucky is because it was on a Friday the 13th that the Knights Templar got rounded up back in the Middle Ages. And since that time, a lot of different lore has been connected with Friday the 13th. For me, even though I do have an ancestor who was a Knights Templar, and I understand how that was not a good time for the Knights Templar, I do see the 13 number as being a sacred number. In fact, in designing the Circle Sanctuary logo, there are 12 circles around a central circle. And 13 is a sacred number, a magical number. There are 13 moons in a lunar year, according to most lore, though it varies from year to year as to whether they're actually all in a calendar year. 13 is a sacred number, a magical number. And Friday, in many traditions, is connected with Freya, a goddess from the heathen and Viking traditions. So Friday the 13th, for me personally, is a magical time, a sacred time, and a time for boosting what type of magic and meditation and spiritual practices you may be engaged in. So in this live stream on this Friday the 13th, at this dark moon time, I invite you, wherever you may be, to join me in this short dark moon healing rite. I begin by sounding this bell in remembrance of all of those people who have died of COVID-19. Healing to you who have died from this pandemic. And healing to all your loved ones, to the healthcare providers and others that were part of the process of your life's end. And healing to humankind as we find new and better ways to deal with this pandemic and stop its spread and move us to greater well-being. So be it. Powers of the sacred earth, with this newly gathered mint, herb of healing, I send blessings to all in need for physical healing. Be well. Powers of the sacred air, bring healing to all in need of psychological healing and well-being. Dispel anxiety, dispel depression, dispel angst, dispel deep sadness, dispel fear, dispel emotions that are not needed. Powers of sacred air bring clarity, wisdom, optimism, good communication to our minds. May we have discerning minds. May we grow in our ability to understand, to communicate. Powers of sacred air enhance humankind's critical thinking. Help us sort out correct, fact-based, provable information from things that are false, negative propaganda meant to inflame and distort, dispel the negativity, and bring forth truth and the ability to tell the difference of what is actually true and what is made up for some purpose that is not in your best interest. Powers of the sacred fire, energize us, fill us with enthusiasm to be able to find good and safe ways to be. Powers of sacred fire, aid us in our cyber communications. Help us connect. Help us find ways not only to entertain ourselves, but to be able to help us connect with each other. Powers of fire, energize our ability to work together for greater well-being for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our communities, for our nations, for our planet, for the cosmos. Powers of sacred water, we call to you and honor you. Help us with emotional healing. Help us be more aware of our moods, how we are with ourselves and with others. Help us understand that when we're getting irritable or snippy, that can be a sign for us to take a break and do a reset. Powers of sacred water, cleanse us. Powers of sacred water, nurture us. Powers of sacred water, aid us in understanding our moods and transforming our awareness to move out of negative mood states into healthier, more compassionate, more relaxed, more loving ways of being. Powers of spirit. Divine is one, divine is many, divine is mother, divine is father, divine is great spirit. We call to you and honor you. And with this crystal that literally has gone around the world to interreligious gatherings that I've spoken at over the last few decades, we send spiritual healing to planet Earth as a whole, to humankind on planet Earth, to the waters of planet Earth, to the lands of planet Earth, to the atmosphere and air of planet Earth, and to the energy that we work with on planet Earth. May there be clean earth, clean air, clean energy, clean water. And may the Spirit clear away spiritual pollution and help us be part of spiritual solution. Powers of spirit be in us and be with us, guide us, whatever our faith tradition, our religion, our spirituality, our philosophy, our worldview. Let truth, love, courage, hope, compassion be in us, around us, emanating from us, connecting with others, bringing about spiritual healing to humankind and to the greater community of life on planet Earth and beyond. And I invite you to meditate a few moments on this symbol, the crystal rainbow winged caduceus. This is a symbol that I got many years ago, and since the pandemic began, I've been using it in various ways as part of rituals and meditations. As we gaze at this, let us celebrate the balance of many colors in the rainbow. Celebrate diversity. As we look at this and see those wings, let us take flight in our minds as we envision this image and join together with others who are envisioning this. And with the clear quartz crystal, may it bring us into balance as individuals and as a community. A community of us taking part in this live stream ceremony of dark moon healing, and those who will be viewing this later. Dark moon cleansing, dark moon releasing, dark moon dispelling, dark moon healing, dark moon soothing, dark moon easing, dark moon calming, dark moon healing, dark moon cleansing, dark moon releasing, dark moon dispelling, dark moon healing, dark moon soothing, dark moon easing, dark moon calming, dark moon healing, dark moon cleansing, dark moon releasing, dark moon dispelling, dark moon healing, dark moon soothing, dark moon easing, dark moon calming, dark moon healing. So mote it be. Aho, Ashe, Amen, Namaste, Salam, Shalom, blessed be, all hail, Awen. The dark moon is within us and around us, guiding us, aiding us, changing us, transforming us. And in the darkness of the end of a cycle, there is the mystery of new beginnings as we contemplate the endings of this lunar cycle. Dark moon, new moon, endings, beginnings, dark moon, new moon. Endings, beginnings. Dark moon, new moon. Endings, beginnings. So in this magical dark moon time, reflect on what you want to end within ways of doing things, letting go of an old habit that's not serving you well anymore, dispelling negative thoughts, getting over angst and concerns. Reflect on what kinds of endings you want to amplify, and reflect on beginnings. What you would like to envision, empower, manifest in the new lunar cycle that happens this weekend. Thank you all for joining this dark moon healing ceremony. Let us be in tune and commune with dark moon and new moon. Thank you all for being here. And I invite you, whatever your religion, spirituality, philosophy, worldview, to find some time today and in the days and nights ahead to not only do self-care for yourself and be a healing presence for your loved ones, but to be a force, a protection and healing in your communities and on the planet. We are at a crossroads time as humans. We have the opportunity to adopt good public health practices and stop the spread of COVID-19. And we also have the opportunity to work together for a more sustainable planet Earth. And we have the opportunity to be our best selves. For at times of crisis and challenge, what good is religion, spirituality, or philosophy if it cannot help us rise, emerge stronger from these turbulent, challenging times? So let us find good ways of being our best selves, growing spiritually during this time, strengthening our connection with source or sources, with force or forces, however we define and align ourselves spiritually, religiously, philosophically. I send you love. I send you hope. I send you joy. I send you magic. May we all work together to not only improve our own lives, but the lives of others, not only humans, but that larger circle of nature of which we are all part. So be it. And with my sistra, I clear away what needs to go at this dark moon time, and I bring to us the opportunity to be healthier and stronger and resilient. And I send special blessings to all of you on the front lines of fighting the COVID pandemic. Essential workers, first responders, doctors, nurses, chaplains, counselors, all the caregivers, morticians, news reporters, all who are working to get out correct information and to encourage good health practices. Washing your hands, watching the distance, at least 6 feet social distance, and wearing masks and not gathering in large crowds or even medium-sized crowds or even crowds bigger than 10 people. Stay home if you are able to do so. Wash your hands, watch your distance, and wear your mask. And I give thanks for this wonderful mask that I received from Canada. Christy Malloy, thank you. And as you mask up, recognize you are doing your part to work with others to bring about more safety now and to lay the groundwork for a time when we no longer have to wear these. Yes, there will be life after the pandemic, but how soon we can get back to a time where we can gather in large numbers and not wear masks and do social distancing, how soon that will happen depends on each of us and us taking responsibility to put best practices of public health measures into place. Thank you all for joining me here, and many blessings.